Hey everyone, this is me, Afinu with Spider-Man, and so I always wanted to do the No Way Home spoiler review, and because I can't even think of doing the movie review without spoilers, but actually I did. However, I did. I don't know even how I did it actually. That's the fact, and and after that, I was thinking to do maybe a spoiler review, but I totally skipped that idea. And one of my subscriber, whose name is Red Boy, and he had commented in my previous No Way Home movie review video, like, can you do a spoiler review, because I really wanted to see it. And I commented him back, yeah, sure, I will, of course I will. And now it's the video, and Red Boy, I think, like, this is a video for you and for me and for the subscribers who's watching it. Okay, so the first I'm going to talk about the starting. The starting was completely uh, begins from where they end the Far From Home, like exactly like where they like took it from it. And that's the amazing thing. And and even like Happy and May broke up. And that's another thing. And their relation was like kind of like a good relationship. And that's a really great thing. And where they went to the police for the recordings, and everything was good. And then later they came the legend entry, the Daredevil, Matt Murdock, Daredevil. And he's a big level of superhero, and he's kind of an anti-hero. I think if you could have seen the Hawkeye, we can see Kingpin in the limited series, and in this movie we can see Daredevil. And now there's an awesome clip where he catches the brick which the citizens of New York throw at Peter's house, and even like the Peter asked him, "How did you do it?" And that was like another level scene, and that's like a god level creation. And the other thing is where he applies to the MIT, and where MJ, Ned, and Peter were gets rejected. And then he has the idea to go to the Doctor Strange, and that's where the story begins. He goes to Doctor Strange and does all the spell, and it got went really terribly wrong. And he asked Flash Thompson to give the number of the MIT, the lady, something like that. I think she's the head, the thing is the admission. And there where he goes to meet her and talks to her, and that's where Doctor Octopus gives his entry. And that the fight scene was like great, guys. I mean, like, I really loved it. And him handling the Doctor Octopus suit, he gets the nanocheck suit, and where he controls it, and that is like another level. And then that's the scene where Green Goblin Norman Osborn gives the entry, and that's where all the lizard, uh, Doctor Octopus, who are been in a cell where Doctor Strange cave is in. And then he explains the multiverse things and all this stuff. And then where they show Electro and the Sandman, where they give the entry, and where he flips up the suit, which the people of Citizen of New York spill some green thing on his suit, where he gets all the dirts, but he can't like get rid of it. So what he did is just like pulled it out and just like made it this is the suit, this is the face of it, this is the face of the suit, this completely this the thing. And where he sees Electro and Sandman, and that fight scene is another level, and I really liked it. And finally, where they show Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, William Dafoe, where I see my childhood villain. And that's another scene where he sees Aunt May, and where Doctor Strange comes in and tries to bring their home to back, and that's where Peter decides to help them back. Some of the people, they're gonna die in their universe. So where he does, and where he traps Doctor Strange. I mean, like, that is like a best scene, like one of the best scene, where he traps them. And then where he helps them. And then where Norman Osborn helps with the Peter and doing all this stuff. For first, they fixed Green Goblin, Alfred Molina, and then the real story begins, where Doctor Octopus, Norman Osborn, turns into the villain, the Green Goblin, and where he damages all the house and all the stuff and releases all the villains, and the battle where Green Goblin kills Sandman, and that is like one of the most sad scenes, guys, because Peter has lost everything, Uncle Ben and Aunt May, and then where he goes to the place where he always stands in, and then the thing, the real thing where Ned, I mean, guys, like where Ned opens a portal, which Andrew and Toby comes, and that was like the scene where I got hyped so much, and I mean, like, I was like standing and shouting at where when Andrew and Toby comes in this friend screen. I mean, like, guys, I mean, like, that's another level thinking, guys. I mean, like, I really appreciated Kevin Feige. I mean, like, we have to appreciate Kevin Feige and Marvel for doing like such great thing that got ever done. You know, like, certainly ever done. And then where they first Andrew and Toby season where they discuss, and where Tom, Toby, and Andrew where they see and discuss like how to stop them, and then they build a formula, like the science thing to cure them, and there's a one funny scene where Ned asks Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, "Do you have any best friend?" And there he talks about Harry Osborn, how he died in his arms. You know, of course, you know if you gotta seen Spider-Man 3, and that is like one of the funny scene, guys. I mean, actually, like he gets so shocked. And the other thing, great thing is where Ned calls Peter Parker, and they both like turn and see Peter Parker, and then he calls again, like they said, "We are all Peter Parkers." I mean, like, I was so like, I actually got goosebumps when I saw that scene. Literally, I got goosebumps. And yeah, the climax fight, and where the whole scene where Toby, Andrew, and Tom were, you know, like they talk and discuss on all the stuff. I mean, like, that is like the great scene. They talk about the villains, like how they fought, like the greatest villains in their fought, and where the battle begins, the climax. I mean, like, that is an all-over climax, and especially my favorite scene in the climax was Andrew saving MJ, like falling that, and remembers how he lost Gwen Stacy, but this time he saved MJ, and like I literally got goosebumps on that scene too. Wow. And then finally they saved all the film, and then where Green Goblin makes an entry, and then, you know, he does all the fight scenes and all the stuff, and then where Doctor Strange came again from where he started for 12 hours, and wow, guys, and then the climax fight where he was almost ready to kill Green Goblin and Norman Osborn, but where he didn't, like, because Toby stopped him from doing that, and that was like another great scene. And then Andrew threw the formula, and where Tom catches it and like injects in his neck, and then he cures back to Norman Osborn. And then yeah, and then he goes to Doctor Strange, and that's where the thing happens, where all the universes, multiverse, the infinite people who knows Peter Parker's Spider-Man comes through, and where like Doctor Strange, Peter asks them, make the world forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. There won't be anything that would, you know, like hurt him anymore. So Doctor Strange anyway did it, and you know, like, and another scene is the great scene is where Tom hugs Toby and Andrew, like where the three Spider-Man hugs each other, and like I think I literally cried on that scene, especially, you know, like that's so great. And where then he goes to Ned and MJ, where he cries and hugs, and that is all the great scenes, guys. I mean, like, the great scenes. Wow. I was so mesmerized on that scene. And then later, everyone forgets the Peter Parker Spider-Man, and then where every villains and Toby and Andrew goes to their world where they sing the peace and all this stuff. And then the climax, where the ending, where Peter tries to explain that I'm Spider-Man, but he can't, like, you know, like he was so nervous and like don't know how to talk to them, to MJ and Ned, and that was like so sad. But however, he didn't tell anything about them, just bought a coffee from MJ. And then where he shifts to a new house, where even like, and that is like another sad scene where the owner of the landlord asked the rent for the money before he opened the door. That was literally a sad scene, guys. And then later, he just shifts to the new house and builds like. And the greatest scene is like where he makes his own suit. Where Peter Parker makes his own Spider-Man suit. That's what I always wanted in the MCU, and finally they did it. Like they literally did it. I just like always wondered why can't like make they make Peter Parker make his own Spider-Man costume, a suit like that looks so good. And now they finally did it. I was so happy about. And the final swing, everything was great, guys. And that's where the movie ends. And like I was like so clapping so much, and I was shouting out when Andrew and Toby name comes in. Wow, I mean, like this is like the best movie, guys. I mean, like this year's the best movie which I ever saw is definitely going to be Spider-Man No Way Home. And the post credit, where the first post credit where they show Venom, like Venom asks the bartender about all the stuff, the Avengers stuff, and then he went like where he travels back to his world, but leaving a little bit of the Venom, the symbiote. And so guess what, guys? That's going to be where Spider-Man gets the symbiote, the black suit. We are gonna be seeing the new black suit. That's amazing. The second post credit is of course the Doctor Strange Part 2 Multiverse of Madness trailer, the teaser trailer, which is obviously going to be directed by Sam Raimi, the one who directed the best, so one of the best superhero trilogy, Spider-Man, Tobey Spider-Man. He's the one who directed. So now he's directing Doctor Strange of Multiverse of Madness, and that teaser was like another great level teaser, and I really liked it. The people who watched the What If series will definitely understand this too. And the last but not least, the three more upcoming Spider-Man movies of MCU will be the greatest, and this time we will not be seeing Peter Parker as Iron Man's sidekick anymore, but we will be seeing him as the original Peter Parker as Spider-Man. So my rating of this movie would be, of course, definitely 10 out of, it would be 100 out of 10, because I loved it so much, guys. Yeah, guys, so hope you enjoyed this video. Put a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See ya.